The first is there's a number of services that the city of Mississauga provides that we fund from your property taxes. But there's also a bunch of services that the region of Peel provides that are funded partially by the Ontario government and partially by your property taxes. So public health is a good example. Now, you would think that public health would be 100% funded by the province because it's health. But no, it's, I forget the exact formula. I think it's 70-30 or 60-40. I can't remember. Like 60% is funded by the province, but 40% is funded by the municipal government from your property taxes. The same thing, whether it's Ontario Works, whether it's affordable housing, there's a cost sharing, and a number of these social services are falling on your property tax, and I fundamentally disagree with that. Property taxes, in my opinion, are meant to provide your hard municipal services, your snow clearing, making sure your parks, your libraries work, your swimming pools work, that your roads are maintained, sidewalks are maintained, sewer system works. But when it comes to income redistribution, poverty alleviation, so whether it's all of those social services, they should not fall on the property tax. It should come out of your income tax, which is a redistributive tax. But property taxes are not redistributive. And it is folly. And we are doing this every year, where more and more social services are falling on the property tax. And the only way to change that is we need the provincial government and the federal government as our partners. Let me give you an example. At the height of the refugee crisis, as you will remember, especially 2 winters ago and even last winter, we had a lot of refugees coming in. And what happens is that the federal government sitting in Ottawa, guess who has to deal with the refugee who is at a shelter, right? It's the municipal government, because we are the boots on the ground. So it falls to us now to find a way to house this asylum seeker who has just gotten off a plane in the middle of winter, doesn't have any winter clothing. The federal government is sitting in Ottawa, but it is this municipal government. And it is I, as the councillor, who gets calls saying our shelters are full and people are camping outdoors. So then what do? We end up dipping into our reserves, and then we have to fight with the federal government for reimbursement. That is wrong.
That's wrong. That's right.
The federal immigration, refugee policy, asylum claimants, it's all 100% federal policy. It's the federal government's job. If they are accepting asylum seekers, I am happy to be at the municipal level providing the boots on the ground, but the federal government has to fund us. They cannot expect us to put it on the property tax. And so often we are paying for this out of our reserves, not knowing whether the federal government will come through. And then when they come through, they still nickel and dime us. They'll only pay us 90% and say, 10% you pay from your property tax. That's wrong. We need to change this. We need
so when you say it's wrong,
the provincial government to pay 100%.
Sorry, Dipika, when you say it's wrong, is there a law against it, or is it just an understanding? Is it written somewhere that we should not touch the property taxes?
It's not about law. It's about the fact that property taxes are what we call regressive, right? Because they don't look at your income. Like, you could be house rich and income poor, right? So property taxes are not the right way to alleviate social services. Social services should not be paid from property taxes. Let me tell you another example, right? So when this asylum seeker comes, it is all of Canada's responsibility to look after this asylum seeker. When the federal government pays for it, it's coming from Canadians across the country. Instead, you're putting all of it on the city of Mississauga's property taxpayer. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Just because the airport is in Mississauga, right? So the Mississauga property taxpayer is bearing a disproportionate burden of a federal expense.
Yeah, that's right.